Hi, this is Hank, the Angry Dwarf. Well, you. Why am I so angry? Well, goddamn business is it of yours. I think all of you people who listen to Howard Stern can go take a flying and your people mean nothing to me. You're like crap. If only I could reach you from the top of the Howard Stern building. You listening to the Howard Stern show, climb to the top of the building and jump off. And hopefully all of you will die.
Nice.
And I did call the film company who was taking care of it.
Yeah.
And they ran it by John, and John did not want to do any radio. He did Live at 5, he did MTV.
What a dick that guy is. Big fat dick.
He didn't want to do any radio.
What a big fat dick he is.
And I explained to them...
He's too carried away with himself. I hope he has a couple of flops, that talented bastard.
You know, I explained that the simulcasting, and I said, Howard's, not just any old schlub, that you have a nationally syndicated show, that you're well known. I didn't say
schlub,
I didn't say that exact word.
Yeah.
But I explained to them, I let them know that you were really happening.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Well, doesn't matter that we have like a network into Philadelphia?
And I told them we'd be simulcasting, they'd be reaching 2 markets at once, the whole bit.
What a jerk-off.
Well, there have been a lot of people coming through town lately. I haven't seen any of them here.
Name them, and I'll tell you if I got to them or not.
Yeah, and we haven't
had
any good guests.
Well, why don't you tell me who you've I just never hear about anybody being in town from this show.
Yeah.
I'll have to go look at my sheet.
Who's been on Regis Philbin? Who's on Regis Philbin this morning? What time is it? Is he on yet?
No, he's on at 9.
What country am I in?
You must know who's in town, Jack.
Yeah, well, I get the celebrity bulletin.
Go get it. I'll tell you who you should be getting. Quickly. Every once in a while we have to chastise him.
I've been very lenient with him. I've been letting him do his own thing.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there's been no guests.
And I even told him he was doing a good job last night. Now that I think about it, he's not really doing anything.
We've had, all of a sudden, we're concentrating on musical guests, which is fine.
Right.
But, we don't want to forget movies, television.
Yeah. Mr. isn't my idea of a great guest. Who do you got there on that list?
For all purposes.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of fun.
Okay, we're working on, I don't even know if you want her, but I didn't run it by you, but we're working on Valerie Harper.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. There are names...
Wait, she certainly needs publicity.
Yeah, but the people from... You know what it is?
None of these people want to do radio.
Yeah, they look down on it.
It's not only that, like in her instance, which is the reason why I think we didn't get her last time, is the lady that does press at NBC in New York is in charge of booking her.
Right.
So...
Oh, they hate us?
I get that impression.
Can't they take a joke?
Well, they don't return our calls.
Just because we ruined their radio station doesn't mean they have to hate us.
Let bygones be bygones.
Hey, they're the ones that fired me. Stop belching, Gary. That's another annoying habit you have.
I'm sorry, boy.
Go on.
There's a lady in the room.
Okay, now you also have to understand when I read some of these names off the sheets that not everyone is in town to do interviews.
Okay.
Okay, so Robin Williams was in town to do that thing at the Met. We tried to get him.
Yeah, he's a real dick.
Oh, here we go. Now, what does he do?
He never comes on our show. We've asked him like 10 million times. I've even made some personal phone calls.
I think he has a problem with our hours.
Yeah, well, tough. He goes on other morning radio shows.
He does?
I've seen him in the trade papers on morning radio shows.
I never heard him on anyone's show in New York.
No, not New York. I guess he just doesn't realize how great we are.
They actually said, Max had spoken to them as well as me, and they said that that he knew you, he was aware of you, and he couldn't this time, but he'd like to try it next time around.
He's a pretty good guy.
Oh, boy, how quickly we changed our tune.
He knew who you are.
He did?
That's what they said.
Good. Robin Williams should know who I am. About time I got some respect in this industry. I'm sort of a Robin Williams type of performer, Robin. I've gone to do my stream of consciousness humor.
Yes.
Little wacky sounds and things. Creating off the cuff. What else you got there, Gary?
Okay, well, then there's John Candy, who I said we tried to get in touch with. And then
yeah, well, you were very tactful on the phone. Hey, Candy, you fat dweeb. Want to get up at 6 o'clock to do a free radio show? It's not going to work.
Yeah, but Eugene Levy was thinking about it.
He was?
No. And Jane Curtin and Ray Dawn Chong were both in town, but neither of them were in town to do interviews. They're both filming.
Well, Jane Curtin's a real kook.
Yeah, but we do know somebody. We do know somebody. We have an inside track.
We know our cousin. But Jane Curtin's like real. I am like.
What do you mean she's a kook?
She's just like kooky, man. She doesn't do any interviews, and like, I think she thinks she's a little more talented than she really is.
I don't think that's the case.
Everyone I know hated her on Saturday Night Live, including me.
I never hated her.
Oh, yeah. Robin's trying to network herself. What is this, a new change in attitude? Jane Curtin was the worst. And all of a sudden she's got a hit TV show, and now we're subjected to more of her.
She's going to be doing PBS specials, movies. We'll have her all over.
Go figure. And I'm still doing radio.
Rodney Dangerfield came and went. I spoke to his people.
You think it's nice to mention Rodney's sex life on here?
I spoke to his people on 3 different occasions.
He used to come on our show.
He came on once anyway.
Right. We had a different producer then who was able to get us guests.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, go ahead.
Mariel Hemingway wasn't able to stop by.
Huh?
I saw her on the street the other day. I see more people on the street than you get on this show.
Why wasn't she willing to come?
I don't remember the answer, but there's so many answers I can't even remember them anymore. That's one of the ones that doesn't come to mind.
What's her problem with our show? She's too happening to do radio?
Here.
Yeah, well, a lot of people that do film.
Another boob operation? It's good, man.
Look, she can go clean fish on the David Letterman show. Certainly she can come here.
She doesn't look any better with those big breasts. She still looks goofy like her sister, Margot.
She looks more goofy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Margot's more goofy.
Oh, it's a toss-up.
But anyway, a lot of the film people, I think, but there's one particular company that I have a problem with. That I call them all the time. They're a major film company that have major summer films, and I just never seem to get anything out of them, even with the lesser known stars.
Really? What company?
Don't do this to me. Why not?
Since they're not doing anything for us.
Well, I'm still trying to set up an appointment with them and explain to them more fully. I'd rather not mention them on the air quite yet. Give me another week.
What's the company?
Columbia Pictures.
Those dicks. What the hell, man? Wait till you need a favor from Howard Stern. I'm on the verge.
I got to cancel that appointment.
Yeah, you better call him now. Well, what the hell is their beef?
I mean, they're very nice.
Every time we get a guest in here, they walk out, they want tapes of the show.
Right.
They had a great time, and they loved it. But every jerk-off who works in some kind of slimeball position, which is like a PR job, they're making $15,000 a year, sits and protects these people.
From publicity.
Yeah. And you know something? One of the things that all these superstars complain about is that every interview is the same.
Right.
So you finally got a guy who's willing to sit and talk to them as a human being, and they were all afraid to put him on the show. And, I even say to them, I tell you what, man, if I get your client angry, well...
I got him angry.
But I never get any clients angry. Never.
We have had nothing but positive interviews since we've been at K-Rock.
That's right.
We've never had anybody leave angry or upset.
Right, NBC we had a couple of instances, but I wasn't as mature.
Those weren't your fault anyway, boss.
That's right.
That Gilda Radner thing wasn't your fault.
No.
The Go-Go's, that wasn't your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
What happened with the Go-Go's? I didn't even know something happened.
A little something, but it wasn't my fault.
What happened?
Well, it's because they were having their period.
No. If you read in Rolling Stone, Belinda Carlisle was on drugs at the time.
Exactly. I just read that.
You can't be held responsible for that.
She was on drugs.
What happened?
She was on drugs when she was with the Go-Go's.
So?
She wasn't.
Was it
rational?
Right. Was it rational?
She also wasn't in the studio.
Don't tell Gary that.
You're kidding, right?
Trying to pull him out of this. Anyway,
well, if you would have shut up, everybody would have believed it.
Well, Gary, I expect a guest on the show tomorrow. I'm sure. Get to work.
I also spoke to the manager of Frank yesterday. Frank's manager.
Frank is that lesbian singer.
You know how she spells her name?
Yeah, P-H-R-A-N-C. Oh, that's weird, huh?
You don't think so?
Oh.
Frank
That's beautiful.
The guy was in his ecstasy. Our manager's in California to find out that he goes, "Are you guys a commercial station?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You played the record?" And he's like, "Oh man, thanks a lot." So he sent us T-shirts, bios, 12 inches, 7 inches records, everything. He sent us like
you got 12 inches?
Hey, maybe she's no lesbian.
She looks like Christopher.
Maybe she's just an ugly guy.
She's responsible for I don't like female mud wrestling.
Yeah, let's play a little bit of her music.
Yeah.
We might be able to get her on the show. Where's the song? You got that, Gary?
Yeah.
We might be able to break Frank to the public.
Gary's writing a song. He doesn't like show producing. He doesn't like it a bit. He
thinks it's stupid.
This is a lesbian record we found. This girl named Frank. I'd love to get her on the show. I'd like to get her on dial-a-date.
Yeah, we'll fix her up.
When I walk down the street, it's right there in front of me. It's a great big poster on the telephone pole, and it says female mud wrestling. Ooh, female mud wrestling. Ah, female mud wrestling. When I turn on my TV, there's always a segment that offends me, and that's the one on female mud wrestling. Ooh, female mud wrestling.
Look at Robin, she knows all the words.
Female mud wrestling. I'm not like Stephen Melody. I don't like female mud wrestling. I'm not like Stephen Melody.
Sounds like Cat Stevens with a fish seat.
Mud wrestling.
Well, let's do the sing-along part again. That's fun. Wrestling. Come on, everybody.
All right, audience, here comes your part.
Here's our part.
When I say, I don't like female mud wrestling, you say, she doesn't like female mud wrestling. All right, let's try it.
All right, let's
I
try
don't
it.
like female...
All right, let's try it.
All right, let's try it.
All right, audience, this is your part.
Because when she sings kind of like a woman.
All right, let's try it.
I like that.
She doesn't like female mud wrestling. All right, let's try it.
Let's try it.
All right,
All right.
try it.
Yeah.
Like female mud wrestling.
She doesn't like female mud wrestling.
Like female mud wrestling.
She doesn't like female mud wrestling.
I don't like female mud wrestling.
She doesn't like female mud wrestling.
I don't like female mud wrestling. 'Cause it's stupid, it's embarrassing. I don't like female mud wrestling.
'Cause it's stupid and embarrassing, and I don't like female mud wrestling.
Female mud wrestling.
I don't like female mud wrestling.
She doesn't like female mud wrestling.
I don't like female mud wrestling.
She doesn't like female mud
I
wrestling.
don't like female mud wrestling. All together now. I don't
like female
Chippendales and all those types of things.
Down with Chippendale. All those types of places.
Woo! Whee! All right, let's try it.
All right, let's try it, everybody. Come on. Seriously.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's very good.
All right, audience, here's your part.
Here's the song I'm working on. I wish I had a big penis. Come on, everybody.
He wishes he had a big penis.
Big, fat, thick penis.
He wishes he had a big, fat, thick penis.
Down with Chippendales dancers and all that kind of crap. A small penis.
Sorry, I wasn't taking it anywhere. You can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, people might miss us while we were away.
That's
and
right.
we're sure to be hanging out at the Beanstalk at some point.
Well, that's where I was going to take the commercial.
Oh, okay.
See, what I think is that if you're really missing us live, chances are if you go to the Beanstalk restaurant, you're going to catch us at some point.
Because we're bound to be there sometime during the week.
I mean, you're bound to catch one of the members of the show. I know Gary eats there all the time, Robin eats there all the time, Jackie, Fred.
The whole family.
Yeah, except me. I don't like the place. No, I love this place. And you'll probably catch me there at least 3 or 4 times during the vacation. Why? Well, I don't know. You know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm thinking of coming in to see Rodney Dangerfield at Radio City, or some show at Radio City.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to stop in at the New York location.
Right.
The one across the street from Radio City. And then what I'm going to do is go to Woodbury on the weekends.
I was going to say, is there anything happening at the Westbury Music Fair? Because if you're doing that...
Well, screw that. I hate Westbury Music Fair. Screw those guys.
Stop it.
Who's going to be there? Cade Ballard? Anyway, why don't you go over to the Beanstalk? You'll really enjoy the food.
And, Howard, don't forget the Beanstalk is still running that $8.95 Fall Festival special. That's every night of the week, 7 nights a week, 4 to 8. And it's everything from soup to nuts, so go there and have a great meal.
This special $8.95 Fall Festival dinner only available at the Woodbury location.
Just when you've got your finances all... Paper this Friday or your local dealer for details. Offer ends October 31st.
921 at 92.3 K-Rock. You're listening to the Best of Stern right here. And a little later today, around 10 o'clock, we're going to play for you a brand new record by Billy Idol. It's Dynamite. A brand new Billy Idol. World premiere on K-Rock in just a few minutes on 92.3 K-Rock. The Best of Stern. Now, let's see. What does this say here? I can't read what this says. Oh, join Out of the Closet Stern and Blaxwell as they find out whatever happened to Dawn Lyn, better known as Dodie from the TV show My Three Sons.
Here they come.
Out of the closet, Stern, Suey!
Suey. Hello.
No AIDS here.
Really? You're feeling good?
I'm healthy as a horse.
Had you gotten a checkup?
For sure.
Yeah?
Oh, yes.
Clean bill of health?
Oh, gay people get checkups like that once every day.
How was Mr. Blaxwell?
Blaxwell?
Absolutely fine. The mothballs in here are terrible. Can't we do something about all these balls? What did I say?
Since when don't you like balls?
First time for me. I'd like to just say hello to all those gay veterans out there. My hearts are with you. We have a little thing going on right now. We're going to have a little parade, a gay veterans parade.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Blaxwell, tell her about it.
Oh, absolutely. What we'll be doing is, we'll just sit around and reminisce about those old days when we used to sit around and dig foxholes and,
I didn't know you were in the war.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Dishonorable discharge one time.
Why?
I was in the Quartermaster's Corps, and, they caught me blowing reveille. There's a guy named Lance Corporal Eddie Reveille. He was from Fort...
Oh, don't bring that up.
I'm sorry.
You know how jealous I get.
I know, but that was another thing.
Blaxwell.
You were in the Navy, so...
Yes, Navy man, yes.
Something about Rear Admiral appealed to him. I don't know what it is.
Anything with seamen, I go for.
Yeah, seaman first class, this man, and that's an opinion, not a rank.
Listen, on our phones today, we have Dodie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Little
Duty?
Dodie.
No, it's duty, isn't it?
No, that's...
Are you sure it's not duty?
No.
I was going to say, that's what we
It's
had
my
for dinner last
favorite.
night, but I'm not going to...
Stop it.
Please.
Her
That
name
reminds me, make reservations at Hershey Park. Okay.
I'm ready, I'm
Have some
healthy.
overnight maneuvers.
Yes. Anyway, last night I had a checkup. Yesterday I had a suite up, and the day before I had an Englishman up. I'm very international.
Very busy,
Yeah.
too.
You bet.
And the English are some of the best soldiers in the world.
Are they?
They're just wonderful people, although I was court-martialed.
You were in the British Army as well?
Yes. I was
yeah.
caught cleaning and greasing my Magnum. Sergeant Magnum was his name.
All right, listen. Enough of those jokes. Let's get to Dodie.
Duty.
What's her real name? Dawn.
Dawn Lyn.
Dawn Lyn.
That was my name for a while.
Yes.
Oh, my...
I remember that.
Dance act.
In the 60s.
Yeah.
I used to call Blaxwell Dawn Lyn, and then we
Yeah.
realized the girl names were out.
Yeah.
Days don't do that anymore.
Oh, my three sons, I love their buns. Oh, my three sons, oh, my three sons, Chip, Mike, and Robbie. For all of them, I'd be on my knees. So should we go to Dawn Lyn right now? Duty.
Dawn Lyn?
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes.
Out of the Closet Stern here.
Pardon me?
Out of the Closet Stern and Mr. Blaxwell. Welcome.
Hello.
And Robin is here, and Jackie the Joke Man. Everyone's here.
Hello.
And this, of course, is K-Rock Radio.
Huh?
K-Rock Radio.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of?
No.
Don't get to New York much?
Never been.
Oh.
You're kidding.
No.
Not even as a child actress?
No, not even.
You know something? You sound like you've grown up some.
That happens.
How old are you now?
23.
Wow.
23. Hard to believe. Now let me ask you this. Your name on the show was Dodie.
Right.
And your real name, of course,
Is Dawn Lyn.
Dawn Lyn?
Yes.
Now, do you do any acting anymore?
I haven't lately. I've been writing lately.
Are you writing a book?
Yeah.
What's this about?
Whoever thought little Dodie would be writing a book?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Let me ask you the ultimate
It's
question.
all about the industry and child acting.
Are you a bitter child actress?
Bitter?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, are you like Robert Blake, who complains all the time about it?
Or that Paul Peterson?
Paul Peterson from the Donna Reed Show?
No, in fact, it was the best experience of my life. I loved it.
See?
Love it.
There you go. Not a bitter woman at all.
Well, it's good to hear somebody who loves our business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kudos, if I may. Let me ask you one question, though, about the old show.
All right.
Did they ever, like, try to make fun of the name Dodie and call you Duty?
No.
Really?
Why on earth did they ever name you that name?
Why Dodie?
Didn't you have a selection?
Did you have a selection of names?
No.
Do you still get residual money from that show?
No, I was misadvised by my management at the time, a representation, and...
Oh, no.
You're kidding.
Work out, no.
Oh.
In that nickname, I do remember that Mad Magazine did a spoof on the series once, and my character was Dopey.
Were you upset?
No, Dopey. That's what they called me when Mad Magazine did a spoof.
I know. Let me ask you about Uncle Charlie.
Okay.
Was he hostile to all the women, leaving the toilet seat up and forgetting to flush?
Oh, God. Hostile? No, he was very sweet. He really was.
Just that one incident where he burnt your forearm with a lit cigarette. I heard about that. Don't try and cover it up.
That was my favorite episode when he burnt your arm with a cigarette.
He was crusty but lovable.
But tell me something. You enjoyed working on the My Three Sons show?
Yes, I did.
And did you actually get to be in a room with Fred McMurray, or did they make you, like,
Or did you talk to his chair?
Yes.
No,
Because he was never around.
Likely?
You really got to be with him?
Oh, yeah.
Question for you.
Okay.
Well, you're 23 years old, right?
Yes.
Fred McMurray, was he a Big Mac or a small fry?
No.
Can you read between the shower lines?
Did you have crushes on Fred McMurray?
No.
Really?
Robbie?
What about Robbie? What about Ernie?
What about Tramp? I'm going for anything right now. I'm desperate. I want something.
Uh-oh.
Did you ever date Don Grady or Stanley or Barry Livingston, the sons on My Three Sons?
No. You have to remember, I was 6 to 9 at the time.
Yeah, but you look 10. You look 10.
That's it. And I'll bet you had the brains of a 13-year-old.
That's right.
That didn't stop Roman Polanski, did it?
Yes.
No, you have to be careful. Anyway, so now you say this was a good time in your life. Now, did you get to be with other children, or did you have to study with a tutor?
Well, on the set, we did have a teacher welfare worker, as it's called, and you have your 3 hours.
How do you know you were on welfare? That's so
Oh, my goodness.
Working every day and you were on welfare?
Did you have to eat lead paint chips, too? This is terrible. I can't believe this.
I want expose.
Oh, but you had to stand in those long lines to get your checks?
Well, she's a celebrity. She got right to the front of the line.
My 3 sons and my abused daughter is what they should have called it.
I knew they didn't like girls on that show.
I knew it.
Yeah, I think they were all hostile to women, the writers. Well, you say you were on welfare. Now, how did that happen?
That's horrible.
You're not on welfare anymore, are you?
No.
Are you still married?
No.
Were you ever married?
No.
You're not married?
Seeing anyone?
Huh?
Dating?
Oh,
Want to be on Dial a Date?
pardon me?
We have a dating game thing we could put you on.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
So you're not seeing anyone?
Not steadily, no.
You're not pregnant, are you?
No.
Good. You're a good girl. I
Because you know
like
what they
that.
say about those welfare kids?
You know, welfare children traditionally get pregnant when they're single.
That's right.
But I want to say that you've certainly broken the mold.
We're so proud of you.
Really?
Who knows? I'm not married yet. There's still time, right?
Now, do you still look like Dodie, or do people not even recognize you as Dodie?
Yes, what do you look like now?
I'm still recognized.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, how tall are you?
How tall am I?
Yes.
Oh, 4'10".
Oh, you're kidding.
You're only 4'10"?
I'm petite.
You're so petite.
Ooh. I wish I could have been 4'10".
No.
You are 4'10" in my book, Blaxwell.
Well, that's another dimension we won't discuss.
Is that a coat rack in your pants? You're happy to see me, Blaxwell.
It's a hat rack, actually.
Thank you.
Might like my new hat?
Now, let me ask you this. You're 4'10"? You know, our traffic reporter's 4'10" on her knees.
Oh.
But I'll tell you, that's another story. But let me ask you this. Do you think that when men date you, they want to date you because of that you're a celebrity, or because
of
you?
Well, down in L.A., it's a lot different. See, I'm up in San Francisco now.
Oh.
Down in L.A., it's a lot different. It's a lot more shallow, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas up here, it's for who you are.
Yeah.
It's for you yourself.
Hard to believe you grew up. I wonder what you look like now. I can't even imagine.
No?
Are you very full-figured? Are you 38, 24, 36?
No.
Really?
No.
Well, how much do you weigh?
Don't ask that.
Polite.
Ask that.
We're trying to,
That's terrible.
Everybody wants to know what Dodie looks like.
Well, how do we describe what Dodie looks like now?
Well, how do we describe me? I told you my height already.
Yeah.
I have dark auburn hair.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes.
Still freckles?
Oh, always freckles, yes. Oh, yes, I have the freckles still.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of what makes me recognizable.
Everybody remembers the freckles.
Yeah.
I have some freckles, too, but they're a little on the purple side. But
yeah, well, you're in big trouble.
Sunburn. Hey, come on. I'm up to 36 pounds again. For crying out loud.
No.
Were you at Amnesty International?
I'm sorry?
Did you watch Amnesty International on TV?
No.
Not into rock music?
Do you think AIDS patients should be discriminated at their place of work?
Wait a second. What kind of question is that?
This is not Nightline.
Blaxwell, that's your...
I've been talking to Tom Chiasano, and he's not too thrilled about us being here.
So you live in San Francisco?
Yes.
I love San Francisco.
Right outside of San Francisco, over the Golden Gate Bridge.
I love it there. The men there play leapfrog for keeps.
That's it.
Let me tell you something.
I'm forever dropping my keys.
But isn't that a misnomer? I mean, not everyone in San Francisco, not all men in San Francisco are gay.
They're dead.
It's true.
They're gay or they're dead.
It's really true, you know. It's a terrible problem.
And you asked her if she was dating. You should have told us you lived in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Before
You're not going to get dates if you're in San Francisco, Dodie.
Well, there still is a certain percentage of straight men here.
Move to Utah.
Really? We go to Utah, we practically get shanghaied and run out of town.
About it.
Utah, you can't find a man who's
They
gay.
hump like bunnies out there. It's unbelievable.
You guys cross the state line.
So anyway,
Yes.
you're a writer now.
Do you ever see any of the old gang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but not often, unfortunately. I would like to see them more.
Like Tina Cole.
You ever see Tina Cole?
Yeah, what about Tramp?
You ever see
Oh, no.
What about the dog Tramp? Is he around?
No, I was talking about Tina. I'm sorry. I was confused for a second.
You don't even know her.
I don't know her. I just made that up. I was jealous of her hairstyle.
Tramp was a very good friend, and I have not seen him since the filming of the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Years ago. But, Tina Cole is the one I actually have seen most often, so it's funny you should ask about her.
What is she doing now, I
Yeah.
wonder?
She is the wife of Beverly Garland's stepson.
You're kidding.
Was in the show.
Beverly Garland was your mother.
Wasn't she a member of the King family, too?
Wait, say this again. She is the wife
of Beverly Garland's son.
Oh, my. Isn't that
like
lovely?
incest?
Really?
So it's just like
Where?
the show.
So she's still a woman.
Yes. From last I heard, she's living in Sacramento. Her husband is a politician.
Don't mind us, Tony. I mean, Dawn.
We're having such a good time
Oh, my
reminiscing.
goodness. In spite of ourselves.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with having a good time.
Well, listen,
So she was a member of the King family, am I correct?
Right. Yes, and I feel singing.
I loved her father, Martin Luther. I hope you send my regards.
You know something? You sound like you're having an idyllic life. You're writing. You're living in San Francisco, probably the best place in the world to live.
I love it. Beautiful up here.
Hey, you walk into a Kentucky Fried Chicken, everybody's licking each other's fingers.
That's it. And digging it.
Sweet. But let me just say something. I loved you on the show.
Thank you.
I thought you were a marvelous child actress.
Yeah.
I wish you had grown up and done some roles as an adult.
Theater.
Yeah, I mean, you never did like
Love Boat?
Love Boat or guest shots on any of the other shows?
I have, but who knows?
Will there be?
Open to all offers.
Would you ever imagine doing My Three Sons the movie or a?
Are they gonna have a reunion
retrospective?
Well, I think it'd be great to have a reunion. I'd love it.
Wonderful.
I think it would be very good.
Hey, just
really, you should
let me know when it is, and I'll be there.
Would you do a nude scene?
No.
That's probably why you're not working.
That's right. The business has changed.
No kidding.
Even as a child, you wore long dresses on that show. I remember.
So repressed.
I wore miniskirts.
I know you did wear miniskirts.
You wear short dresses.
I'll confess, I did look up your dress once in a while on that show.
That's
I was too little to be able to look up my dress.
You don't know what kind of pervert I am.
He has mirrors on his shoes. He's disgusting.
I just can't imagine what you grew up to look like. I wish I had a picture or something.
Yeah.
So you're 4 foot.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Send one to the station.
Really?
Oh, we'd love it.
What are your measurements? Tell me.
Huh?
Tell me your measurements.
Oh, jeez. What are yours?
Which one? All right, I won't ask.
Thank you.
You know what I still remember about her on the show? There was one scene of her once sitting on the steps.
Yes, I remember
very
that.
forlorn. And she had something like chocolate milk.
All over her mouth.
All around her mouth. Do you still have that?
No, I'm sure she wiped that off, Robin.
No, I've since washed it off.
Let me just say something. We really enjoyed your work.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that... What the hell's wrong with you, Blaxwell?
I'm sorry. I saw that image of you and I was thinking of something else.
We enjoyed... I know. I had a big ring around my lips. But it wasn't chocolate milk, you animal. You know, you're such a prank dog.
Was that with or without nuts?
You bitch, I told you never to bring that up on the air.
I have 3 quick questions for Dodie, real quick.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Liberace's Children, Michael Jackson's Cleft Chin, or any evidence of talent in Adrian's Med of Dance Fever? Take any one of those, or take none of them.
Would you go back into show business, though?
Absolutely.
You would? And the book you're writing, when is that book going to come out?
Well, my writing partner and I are finishing it up in the next couple of weeks.
Is it fiction?
And we're going to... Well, actually, it's... I consider something like 5% fiction, and the rest is fact. And the only part that's fiction is making the story and weaving all these stories together. You know,
I got you.
A novel out of it rather than...
When you went back to school and stuff, when you were a teenager, wasn't it hard? Weren't the kids all like were you the celebrity in school, and did they make fun of you and stuff?
Actually, I went through that more in grammar school than high school. Yeah.
Did you go to college?
No. I went a little bit of junior college, but...
No, junior college sucked. All they teach you to do is type.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know.
Cash registers.
Yeah, and learn how to work cash registers. We know, we went. But anyway, listen, much continued success.
Thank you.
We hope to see you more.
Yes, and if you ever come to New York, please look us up.
I will.
All right. God bless you.
Very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There she is, Dodie, of course. Dawn Lyn.
What a wonderful girl.
From My 3 Sons, the little girl on My 3 Sons. Marvelous. Now, listen, let me talk to you, Blaxwell, and I mean this seriously. If you ever talk about the big brown ring around my lips again, I am going to kick you in your chin.
It looks like a donut with lips. It's
you know.
Horrible.
Really, put us back in the closet. Let's continue discussing.
This is Meg Griffin, and weekday afternoon.
Gary, where's the Smurls? Gary!
I can't believe he's not in here already.
I think he's dialing him up. I see one of the hotlines. He's possessed. He's possessed by an idiot life force. All right, Gary, is this all set? All right, what's the name of the Smurl?
Mr. Smurl.
Jack and Janet.
Mr. Smurl. All right, is he on the line?
Yep.
I'm kind of nervous because what if the demons...
He's never been possessed, has he?
Or not. What if they jump through the phone? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
What are we going to ask him?
I have no idea. Let's
All right, let's just roll. See what he sounds like. I'm nervous. Mr. Smurl?
Yes, sir.
Hi, it's Howard Stern and Robin Quivers on our line here.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on the air with us.
Yes, sir.
I understand you're very busy with a lot of interviews.
Oh, devastated.
Well, now, a lot of people are going to think that you're doing this for some kind of publicity. You know, claiming that the house is possessed and everything. Is there any way to dispel that?
Well, all I can say is that, number one, we are not doing it for the publicity. When we had gone public, we had thought that we would get local attention to our problem because we weren't getting any help from anyone and we were exhausted. All our sources, people telling us we were crazy, etc., okay?
Are you calling us from the house now? Are you calling us from your house?
No, I'm at work right now.
Oh.
Well, tell us specifically what has been going on, because we've just read newspaper accounts.
I mean, we read one newspaper account where you were having sex with one of the ghosts.
Well, we've been sexually abused, okay?
Yeah.
We've had people pulled out of bed. We've had mattresses bounced up and down.
My wife is listening.
Loud bangs in the home. We've had my daughter and both myself, both were levitated.
Whoa.
okay? We've had sights of different animals, forms, misty forms, bright white forms, black forms, forms of human, human forms.
Whoa. Hey, you got any of this on film?
Did we get anything on film?
Yeah.
The Warrens, we have no camera, facilities.
The Warrens do. Yeah, I saw them on Larry King the other night with you.
Yeah, but we did have a lot of audio, okay?
You have?
Oh, you have audio?
Yes, and what we did was we did have audio, and when the Warrens came, not the Warrens particularly, but some of their investigators, for example, one Sunday before the first exorcism, which was on a Tuesday, okay, over my mother's house in the afternoon, we did get a tape of the walkings, on the walls, ceilings, and something like was running up and down the hallway on the upstairs.
You got a tape of that?
Pardon?
You got a tape of that?
The Warrens have a tape of it, sure. Well, see, what they do is that when they come, they make tapes, okay?
Yeah, and they're not going to sell them, I hope.
Unfortunately, they make the tapes, and it's their property.
Their property.
Oh, wait a second.
But has anyone besides members of your family seen the levitation, seen some of the other things that have gone on?
Yes, ma'am. Like, for example, the people next door, they've had, one morning their daughter was coming in on the bus.
Yeah.
And their daughter had called up and said, the bus is leaving late. I won't be in until like 3 o'clock in the morning. Both people had heard of our problem over the 18-month period, but, they were skeptics, okay?
Yeah.
And we don't blame them for being skeptics. Her and her husband went out to the driveway to go to the bus stop and pick up their daughter, and we weren't home at the time.
Right.
We were out of the home.
I don't blame you.
And they heard screamings coming from our home, and we even questioned them and said, hey, could have been coming from someplace else, or, whatever. And they said, absolutely not.
Hey, Mr. Smurl, you know what you got to do? Seriously, you ought to let me and Robin come down with our whole crew and do the radio show from your house and wait for something to happen. And then once we do that, that'll be
everybody will know.
That'll be proof positive. Then everyone will know.
Well, sir, unfortunately, what happens is that this thing is very elusive. Okay, and what happens is if you should come down with a film crew or have audio and visual.
Yeah.
You could spend maybe several weeks there before.
Well, we don't mind. I'm sick of being home. My wife keeps dating other men. But I'll tell you something. I'm telling you, if you want, man, we'll come down there and do the show because you know what it is? Nobody believes anything that's going on down there. Now, me and Robin happen to believe because, quite frankly, we're looking just to leave town. But I'll tell you something. We'd like to get down there and do some kind of show from your house if you want to give it some consideration. Because
now, the other thing is, most people say, all right, your house is haunted, leave it.
Yeah, why don't you leave the house?
Well, we can't. A couple of weeks ago, our plant shuts down for 2 weeks, okay? We get 2 weeks vacation.
Right.
And what our full intention was for those 2 weeks was, number one, the first week to go camping with the whole family. Mother, father, both sides. A total of 8 people plus our dog. And we had gone to the campground, and on the third night we have gotten there, we were there, things were so bad that everyone had to just come back on a Thursday morning and just leave the place because my mother's camper, for an example, my mother and father are in their 70s, they were being bounced up and down in bed.
You mean the spirits follow you and stuff?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Now, they were being bounced up and down in bed. On the other end of the camper, my oldest daughter and my nephew were on the other end. They weren't getting bounced up and down in bed, but what they were getting was bangings at the feet of their bed and the back of their heads. And also simultaneous with that, they were getting heavy walking in between, okay?
Oh, man.
Now, my dad was talking to my daughter, and, they were communicating back and forth. Do you hear that? And this thing seemed to be so damn deliberate. Now, at the same time as that, up in our camper, we were getting what would sound like someone would be walking on the top of your camper with stilts. Like that thud.
But there's Jackie the Joke Man again.
Somebody like walking, okay, but somebody walking on something that was blunt.
Oh, man, this is unbelievable.
And,
hey, but let me get back to having sex with a ghost now. I mean, the first thought that went through my mind when I read this is that who is this demon, and actually, was it an enjoyable experience to have sex with a demon?
No, sir, it was not. I was absolutely and totally immobile, okay?
Yeah.
Had just like, I had nothing to do with it whatsoever, except, that, your mind...
Like, what does she do, though?
Pardon?
I mean, what does she do? Have intercourse?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Now, the funny part about it was that one of the things that I almost fainted over was the fact that my wife and I had both known, that this was happening.
Right.
Okay? Because I had discussed it with her, but nobody else, because it's not the type of thing that you like to even talk to anybody about.
I know, because the next thing you know, your wife's going out on dates because she's jealous.
Right. Now, one of my daughters had mentioned at the dinner table, she said, she says, I've been having dreams. Now, she's saying these are dreams, okay?
Right.
How old is she?
She's 17 years old. Now, she said, Mom, she said,
And eventually went all over the company bad-mouthing me. He thinks I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Next thing he did, he decided to put sports in at night, a sports talk show. Hire one guy for a 5-hour show. The ratings went down to the bottom.
One guy who knew nothing about sports.
Yeah.
By the way.
Who, by the way, I tried to recommend some people to him, and he wouldn't listen to me because, of course, I'm just a disc jockey, and he's the general manager.
What do you know?
I recommended Lee Leonard to him, who happens to know something about sports, but that was a bad idea. And I recommended paying Art Russ Jr. a lot of money and putting him on there.
Getting him, sure.
But they didn't listen to me about that. That's okay. And then, of course, they didn't tamper with Imus because of what a genius he is.
That's
we all know that.
Fine. Doesn't cause anybody any problem.
And then they put Soupy Sales on. They removed the All Request show and paid Soupy 3 times as much money. If somebody doesn't fire this guy when they buy that station, they have to be out of there. All the guy had to do was sit there and say nothing. There's an art to that. Like our general manager, they keep in line here, because I know he would be having a heyday. But they keep him in line. But he behaves himself. And I'm telling you, every one of you disc jockeys and employees here at this station. What is this station?
K-Rock.
K-Rock. Nobody touch my water. See some of those secretaries douching with my water.
Oh, stop
I'm telling you, they're going to go wild with it.
Oh, dear. That's going a bit far.
They better stay away.
Just don't touch the water. You don't care what they plan to do with it.
Not a bidet. Bidet? That's right, Robin. That's an extra warning to you that's not a bidet either.
Please.
All right, just in case.
Whose idea was that?
It was yours.
Be quiet. I'll do what I want with that water.
All right, well, if you do, don't recycle it. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, one of the things we're going to put in our office so that there's no room for people in it.
Because there's none now.
Yeah, between the microwave,
the refrigerator,
amps, guitars, desks, phones,
and the water cooler now.
Yeah,
we're asking for a computer to put in there.
We're going to throw a computer in there as well. Not to mention Fred's watches that clog up the whole place. I mean, how many more watches are you going to get? We have no room for the boxes they come in.
How many is he wearing now?
How many you got now?
When do you get the grandfather clock coming in?
Grandfather wristwatch clock. Anyway, my bar is so excellent, Robin.
Just wait till he starts wearing the sundial.
Yeah. Well, he has a sundial penis, no problem. He just takes it out when it's sunny outside, and you can tell the time with it.
Tell the time anywhere.
My bar chooses the best computed automated system, including both hardware and software. My bar features the systems of NEC. They come to your place of business. They're great guys. They come in. They teach you everything about automation. You know who does this? Big Al from Great Sounds.
That's right.
That's how he was able to open more stores, Robin. He just sits there in front of the computer.
And Big Al is not very bright.
No, not at all. He's very stupid.
He knows food and appliances,
in fact, he computerized every menu in the city is now on his computer.
Really?
Yeah, he's got every food list. That's right. After Yom Kippur, Big Al computerized his meal. He blew 2 holes in the computer, though. The system is down right now, but...
Too much input.
Yeah. Big Al was a computer. He has a direct line to International House of Pancakes. They had 2 trucks backed up to Big Al's house, believe it or not, after Yom Kippur. Just tossing pancakes into his mouth, trying to revive him. After the big fast. That's right. Big Al. Anyway, I want you to call Mike Horn at 212-725-4600. I want you to do it right now. 212-725-4600. This could affect the rest of your business life. Thank you. 816 at 92.3 K-Rock and WYSP. And do me a favor. If you're a friend of mine, don't ask me to speak to high school kids.
Who did that?
Never mind. I just wanted to make that announcement because I'm going to have to call some people tonight and tell them I'm not talking to any high school kids.
Oh, I see. What this is Howard wasn't able to say this over the phone when the person asked him. So now he's announcing it on the air.
No, over the phone I could have said it was face-to-face. I couldn't say it. I have people who take advantage of being a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really sick of it. Don't ever ask me to talk to high school kids and do interviews with high school kids. I'm sick of it. I had to do that for years and I hated it. Ask me to talk to high school kids.
I'm dying to know who did this.
What do I look like, Mr. Rogers? 2 people asked me over the weekend to do this.
Really?
2 separate people want me to do interviews with high school kids for their projects, their school projects. Hey, man, blow off.
Get Johnny Carson to do it.
Yeah. Call up Johnny. He'll do it. He likes talking to high school kids.
He'll have him on the show.
Talk to Fat Scott Shannon. He's got a lot of free time now.
Or people who really have free time. Richard Neer.
Yeah.
Mark McEwen.
Interview them. They'd be thrilled. The morning guys at NEW, the Breakfast Club.
Is that what they were called?
The Breakfast Club.
The people who hadn't forgot what rock and roll was all about.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh, they were not funny. NEW is a heartless station. I hope that you people never listen to that radio
station. They're not heartless. They gave Scotto a lifetime contract.
Yeah, Scotto, because they know he's going to drop dead any day now. Man spent so much time in the hospital. Hey, I'm back. I'm all charged up from the hospital. Gotta send this guy to a rest home. I'm back.
Where were you, Scott?
I was busy. But they hooked me up to this monitoring machine, make sure I don't pass out. Yeah, we're back at where Rock lives. And Scott's almost dead. Unbelievable, man.
Terrible.
Uh-oh.
Gotta shock him again.
Thank you.
Another Muni music marathon.
Yeah. Hey, want to do Guess Who's the Jew?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, come on. Kurt Waldheim Jr., get out of here. Come on, you nut. Let's talk about Yom Kippur. Let's talk about Columbus being a Jew.
Guten Tag, wie geht's Ihnen heute? How is everyone today, the day after Yom Kippur? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood because it is restricted. No blacks or Jews. No Irish too. Hello, everyone.
Kurt Waldheim Jr., of course, you hate everyone. And that's what I love about you.
I don't hate everyone. By the way, what time is it? I actually wear 2 wristwatches myself.
You do?
Yes, why is that?
Because it came with the hand.
Well, let me tell you something.
How does he celebrate Yom Kippur?
Yeah, no, really, how did you celebrate?
How did I celebrate Yom Kippur? I went to Bloomingdale's. How does every other Jew celebrate Yom Kippur?
Now, let me ask you something, Kurt Waldheim. What about this thing Robin said, that Columbus is a Jew? Is that true?
Absolutely. As I said before, would you like to see it? I have his foreskin in my wallet.
Oh.
Now, how do they know Columbus is a Jew?
Because he came over on his 3 boats, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Manischewitz. He had a condo in Miami before there was a Miami. As a matter of fact, the West Indians whom he had dealings with,
yes,
they wanted $250 for clay pots. He paid $50. Hence the term, he Columbused them down. Thank you very much.
Well, that is fascinating piece of history.
Of course, there was always the main question, why did Christopher Columbus cross the ocean?
Why?
To franchise the other side.
You certainly are a hateful man. You are despicable.
Christopher Columbus was also a cheapskate. You realize he paid his crew pigs' wages?
Really?
There was a joke going around on the Nina, or was it the Pinta? I don't recall. But what's the difference between Columbus and a canoe?
What?
A canoe tips. Thank you very much.
Hey, are you busy for the Friars Roast
I
tomorrow?
was going to say, those one-liners are coming handy.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right away.
Now, wait a
I'm
second.
building a house-sized microwave.
Wait a second now.
Kurt, be quiet.
Let me ask you something,
What?
Kurt. You are the
What?
most hated man.
Lies! Lies! Oh, lies!
You were...
Holocaust? What Holocaust? It was a dream.
Wait a second.
It was a dream. There was no
It
Holocaust.
was like Dallas or something?
I remember getting out of the shower, and it wasn't the trick shower, a real shower, when my wife, Greta, came up to me and said, it was a dream, Kurt. It never happened. I was never a Nazi. I was never a lieutenant in the Luftwaffe. And I was nowhere near that Park Avenue hotel where Dan Rather was beaten senseless about the eyes and jaw in retaliation for William Paley, Jew manipulator, being reinstated as head of CBS.
Wait a second.
Besides, Keith should have known the frequency.
What did that mean? What is the frequency?
Kenneth,
what is the frequency?
Kenneth, what is the frequency? Who knows?
Something silly, huh?
Something silly.
All right, now
how can anybody say that I am not a caring man? After all, I'm a husband, a father, a grandfather. Why, the other day I just showed my grandson,
Yes.
Kurt the Third, how to play hangman.
Yes.
Then I showed him where to bury the body.
Oh.
What a wonderful game it is.
Let me tell you something. That we have a very good prize for the winner of Guess Who's the Jew.
Yes, and what is that prize?
Well,
Do
Sam...
we have it from that racially impure baboon you have working for you, boy Gary?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact...
in his family, we experimented with infertility. We took one of Gary's relatives and implanted monkey testicles.
Right.
The couple had children, but now the monkey child refuses to work flea markets. He says it's beneath him.
Well, that's fabulous.
Thank you.
The monkey child.
You're saying you actually did the testicles of a monkey and
Yes.
put them on one of Gary's relatives?
Absolutely. Why do you think he swings from a chandelier every time he takes one of these floozies out on a date?
All right, now listen to what the prize is, Kurt.
By the way, Gary, there's a great invention. There are clear garbage bags now so your family can go window shopping.
Now, let me ask you this, Kurt Waldheim. Don't you think it's a great gift item here to tell you that we have Sam Kinison tickets at the Ritz?
What a wonderful man.
Sam is a great comedian. I don't know if you've ever heard this guy. He's the guy who yells.
Very funny, very funny. Not Jewish either. I like that in a comedian.
Isn't that strange? He's not Jewish and he's funny.
Yeah.
So what is wrong with that?
Oh.
No, I'm saying isn't that kind of strange
Yeah.
that most of your comics are Jews?
Or homosexuals.
Oh.
Sam Kinison will be at the Ritz November 29th, Saturday night.
Yes, in New York City.
Oh, stop it, Kurt.
All right, Kurt. Now, listen, let's go to the phones and see if we can find someone to play Guess Who is the Jew. And we go to our New York line. Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Forget it, I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, I want to be in the house.
Hi.
Yeah.
Want to play Guess Who's the Jew, dude?
Wait.
Are you a Jew?
No.
What?
Italian.
You're Italian?
Yeah.
All right. You got anything against Italians, Kurt?
Not at all. Just try and keep the phone a little closer to your face because I know your knuckles are dragging on the floor at this point in time. That was one problem that Christopher Columbus had when they were rowing. Their knuckles kept dragging the bottom of the ocean.
Oh. Anyway, do you know that term Howard was talking about before, the Italian term?
By the way, I am not a Nazi, and if you believe that, you believe that Gary's teeth aren't caps either.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got the... I know what it is. What's the word that Italians call Jews?
Italians call Jews? We don't bother. I don't think so.
See, the Jews call blacks Schwarzes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Italians call blacks Molignons.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
And they also call them, the Jews, Mazza Christa. Right?
No, I've never heard of it.
I think that means Christ killer or something.
Mazza Christa?
Yeah.
Morta Christa.
What?
Morta Christa.
Morta Christa.
Morta means killed.
What does it mean?
Morta means killed. Yeah, Mazza's the...
Oh, a purist.
Gary wrote this down for me. Mazza Christa. That means a man who kills matzah. I'm learning all these words.
Yeah.
What?
Morta Christa.
Morta Christa.
Mazza Christa.
I didn't think that.
Look at Gary writing it down.
From pasta brainza.
Mazza Christa.
What do we want from a man who is brain dead?
Gary, get in here, you imbecile. Anyway, yeah, so there's all these words that I'm compiling in a list, trying to find out what it all is. so that when I hear them, I know what they mean.
So they call him Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Right?
Right.
How come you're Italian? You didn't know that. Kerry, what's wrong with you? You write down Mazza Crista?
I only know what the guy told me over the phone. I don't know that term. We don't use that one.
Oh, all right.
We're Southern Italian.
I see. Thank you. Anyway, Kurt?
Yeah.
All right, so we've explained to this young man how to play, have we not?
Absolutely.
Do you know the game?
You know the
game?
game?
I know it.
What do you do? Tell me what you do.
3 names, and I picked a Jew.
Right. Do you know any Jews?
Do I know?
You don't know any Jews.
Now, how is that?
How could you have gone through this whole life? How old are you?
No, I know a few Jews, yeah.
How old are you, Genius?
22, Genius.
22 years old. All right, here we go. You're playing for Sam Kinison tickets. You know who Sam is?
Yeah, I know who he is. Pretty cool.
Okay. Go ahead, Kurt. Let's play the game.
All right. 100 subhumans were surveyed. And right now it is time to play Guess Who? If you enjoy the company of men in stretch pants, if your favorite children's book was Fun with Dick and Dick, if the knee pads on your Calvin were worn out by Clyde, listen, Queenie, crawl back into your cesspool of queerdom. It's time to play Guess Who with Vanna White.
There you go.
100 subhumans were surveyed.
You are an angry man. You know that?
Angry? Are you kidding? I love people. You have to excuse me. I'm a little cranky today. I did not get enough sleep last night.
What were you busy doing?
I was doing some experimentation with electrolysis. As you see, mine wife Greta has excessive breast hair.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take a lamp cord, a common lamp cord.
Yes.
You strip off the insulation.
Yes.
You wrap it around her breast. And you plug it into a 110-volt outlet.
And what does that do?
Well, what happened is her nipples kept glowing in the dark all night. I couldn't get a wink of sleep. Like little searchlights going across the room.
Yeah, well, let me ask you something. Did he get rid of the breast hair?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I caught up on my reading. Oh, it's not all bad.
Well,
By the way, Susan Prusakowicz is a real Jew. Her undies smell like gefilte fish.
Oh, stop it. You're terrible.
100 subhumans were surveyed. The top answers are on the board.
All right, let's play.
And here are your choices, Nino.
Nino, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1.
Nino.
Eddie Albert.
Eddie Albert.
Number 2. Buddy Epson.
Booty?
Booty Epson.
And number 3. David Johnson.
David Johnson? Who's David Johnson?
Johnson. J-A-N-N-S-E-N.
Who's
Johnson? The fugitive.
David Jansen.
Jansen.
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh.
Johnson.
All right. Is the Jew Eddie Albert? Is it Buddy Epson? Or is it David Jansen?
Buddy Epstein.
Buddy Epstein?
Have you ever known a Jew named Buddy, Nino? Buddy? Buddy Diane?
Buddy Epson?
No.
Well, he said Buddy Epstein.
Oh, David
Jansen.
Jansen, who probably died from a drug overdose, possibly cocaine, which was discovered by the Jew Solomon Stricker, sold to him by a Schwarzer crack dealer being coddled on welfare because of the legislation from that liberal, mixed stunt-driving Massachusetts Senator Ted Corned Beef and Cabbage Kennedy. Thank you very much.
Well, certainly you got a point there. Whatever that means.
Whatever. I couldn't keep up with the logic.
Well, you know something? You get a consolation prize.
Sam Kinison tickets. How's that?
Yeah, Sam Kinison tickets.
Free?
All right. You didn't win the Sam Kinison tickets. You actually got it. We're giving them to you.
Wow.
And you're going to see him at the Ritz November 29th. This is going to be a great show.
He's funny.
On a Saturday night. And he really is one of the funniest men in comedy.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Besides, of course, myself. And Buddy Epson. Buddy Epstein.
Whichever.
Well, anyway, we're going to put you on hold, okay, Genius?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Well, Kurt.
Thanks for playing the game.
You are so good at it.
Thank you for having me here. And by the way, before I go, I'd like to say this. Give me a V!
A V?
A V.
Give me an A!
A.
Give me a G!
G.
Give me an I!
No.
I think I made my point that I don't have to say vagina to get a laugh. Thank you!
All right, thank you, Kurt Waldheim, Jr. Yeah, but you did tie electrical cord around a woman's nipple.
cruel.
Anyway, isn't he great? Kurt Waldheim Jr. We'll be right back after these words. New York. They don't go. I don't care what anybody says. Snapple is the best juice and soda in the world. And that's that. I am willing to make that statement. I'm so fired up from Kurt Waldheim Jr. What a nut, huh? That guy crazy or what? Yeah, I'll tell you something. Theater of the mind. Isn't it beautiful? Let me tell you something about Snapple. And I really do mean this. This is what my children drink. That's right, you heard correctly. This is what my children drink. Snapple. You know the kids always want some soda? And you don't want to give it to them because they get all hyperactive and everything from all the junk that they put in soda? Well, let me tell you something. Even children's vitamins today are loaded with junks. Junks? Junk. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. You know, children's vitamins are loaded with sugar. I'm not kidding. So what do you give them when they want soda? Do you deny them soda? Like all the other kids are drinking soda, what do you give them? You give them Snapple. Snapple is clear. There's no preservatives. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's like, it looks like water because there's nothing artificial in it, and it tastes delicious. And the juices. You know what I pack in my kids' little lunchbox for school every day? Yeah, I guess we're real yuppies. I got a 3-year-old that goes to school every day. The kid's not going to be too neurotic by the time she's older. Starting school at 3? Outrageous. I'm talking about a real juice drink. That's what I pack. Vitamin Supreme Snapple. It has an extra dose of vitamins in it. Gives her that extra boost. So that she can be the best. That's right, I want her to be the best. Don't you want your kid to be the best? Don't you want your kid drinking something pure? Snapple. I rest my case. Snapple, Snapple, Snapple. I am sincere when I say my children drink only Snapple, and that they shop at Great Sounds, and are starting the Daniel Rogers program. That's right, my own daughter is starting that program as we speak. My new one.
She doesn't have any hair?
The 5-month-old. Still has a little, she doesn't have a lot of hair, my second daughter.
Yeah.
The other one
only had lots of hair.
Yeah, the other one was like a hairy ape. This one is like nothing. I'm telling you. Hey, my daughter's good. I'll match her up against anyone.
She's a pretty baby.
You're damn right. Both my daughters.
Well, Emily's not a baby anymore.
Well, she's my baby. She'll always be my baby.
All right, Dad.
All right. Pathmark, ShopRite, Food Town, fine food stores, and most local delis. My daughter loves me.
Both of them do.
You're damn right they do.
I've never seen anybody smile so much as when you start talking to Deborah.
That's right. And she's still doing that.
Yeah?
Even knowing
because I haven't seen her since she was 3 days old.
Yeah, Robin used to come by my house. She can't handle it anymore. All right, listen, let's do some news, Robin, if you're ready.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Well, let's take a phone call.
All right, I'll get ready while you're talking.
All right. Robin usually is ready, but she's had such an exciting show today that she didn't know what to do.
Well, that Kurt Waldheim
that was unbelievable.
Blew me away.
Blew away our jobs, too.
That's right. I'm out looking now. I'm calling NEW. I hear they need a morning crew.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we should do. We should switch over there. After these guys fire us.
That's right.
Yeah, hold that slot for a while. You know, by the way, NEW, boy, are they a bunch of schmucks. They met with me about going over there and doing mornings.
Yeah.
We had a choice of coming here or going to NEW.
Mm-hmm.
But they were so cheap, NEW.
They couldn't get us.
The guy who owns it, Carl Brazil. Brazil or Brazil? Too cheap, pal. Now look what you got. You wasted all that money on those guys. They were
all that money?
All that $40,000 on those guys. But he didn't come up with the right scratch for us, Robin.
Nah.
I met with him. Hello?
Too bad.
Hello?
How you doing, dude?
How's it going? I'm pretty amazed.
It's going great, man.
Excuse me?
It's going great.
Good. I'm pretty amazed I got through. This is the first time I've ever gotten through to the show.
Good.
I want to ask you something. When you come home, like in your limo, right? Do you ever drive down the Bell Parkway in Brooklyn?
Never will I drive down the Bell Parkway.
No? You should try it sometime. You'll get a lot of wonderful delays. Oh, I'm one of the engineers on all those construction projects going on the Bell Parkway there.
All right, sure, I have something just for you.
Oh.
Commercials. No, I've been on the Bell Parkway.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. I drive on the Belt Parkway all the time. Of course, there's tremendous construction. We got a problem here in New York. There's no room for anybody.
Exactly.
It's absolutely retarded. What they got to do is build up. Think up, young man. What they got to do, Robin, is build a ramp above the Belt Parkway.
And a ramp above.
The Long Island Expressway.
And a ramp above.
The Grand Central Parkway.
Ooh.
And what it would be called is an express lane. Yes. I see it now. The Howard Stern Express.
Good idea. I think we should draw up some plans.
Well, the thing is, there are going to be no exits on the express. You can only get on.
Get on.
And then get off in Manhattan.
Right.
There's no getting off in the rest of wherever you are.
Can you imagine that?
One entrance and one exit.
That's
right, my friend. If I was mayor, that's what I would do.
If you were mayor, well, why don't you run?
Mayor of the world.
I think you should run for mayor. Just the way you...
Too much red tape. I can do more being on this show. Hey, sir, why don't you start a trend and move to Cleveland?
Howard, are you going to do any more live?
I can feel New York's average IQ going up already, Robin. No, seriously, we're trying to start a trend to convince most of our listeners to go to another state so I can drive in nicely.
Oh, God. Are you going to do any more live performances, Howard?
Live performing is something of my past, my friend.
Yeah, what about television? When are you going to get into television?
Television is in my future, my friend. I believe that in a couple of weeks I'll be making a major announcement.
Major announcement?
That's right. I'm sick of radio. I've conquered everybody. I'm the king of the radio dial. That's right. That's right. That's what I am. The king of the radio dial. That's what you're listening to now. The king. You can tune to the other ones, but they're not the king.
Will you calm down?
Well, Robin, I'm excited. We're the king.
We're excited. Hello, Robin.
Hi there.
6.2.
Say hello to Fred and Gary and all the guys, too.
Let me think. I was just trying to think. We have had a higher rating number-wise than 6.2 in our lives.
We once had an 8 share in Washington. We would like to see that happen. I would like to really be the king. You know, we're not number one.
No, not even now.
WINS and WOR are still number one above us. Mm-hmm. But they're like number one with like dead people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mortality.
But then we're number 3. And then, like, all the zoos and all the other homos.
They're further down.
Yeah, all the homo stations. They're further down, and it's driving them crazy. Because these are all the people. Remember what Ted Brown said? I'd like to see you last 5 years.
Yeah, where are you going to be in 5 years?
Yeah. First he said 10, then he goes, no, let me correct that. 5 years. Hey, you old fart, I'm making more money than you do.
You're doing great, Howard.
If I were the king of the airways... Here is what I would do. I would come to your house and kiss every one of you.
Don't make claims you're not going to stand by.
Yeah, with this herpetic audience.
Delco renews it on all the members of everybody's household.
Okay.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Howard. I cannot believe I got through.
All right, I can't believe you did either. Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good day.
All right.
It's shock time.
It's a real shock. Real shock trying to make him interesting. 841 to 92.3 K-Rock and WISP. We'll be right back.
It really works. Who's got precious glass? Any color.
Convenience, more experience, and always the lowest prices guaranteed.
Yeah, good to have Brick Church on the air with us. I got a nice letter from the guy who...
I read that letter. That was a nice letter.
Oh, you read that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that nice?
It was a very nice letter.
Yeah. They're nice people over there. Anyway, see what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, Video Smarts. Good to have them back on the air, too. Great. I swear to God, this is a great toy. You know, I'm a father now. My kid, man, means everything, you know. As your kids do to you. At least some of you. Unless you're like a welfare mother or something. You don't even care.
Howard.
Let's face it.
Now, there are some welfare mothers who care about their kids, too.
Very few.
Oh, stop it. I've seen some people who should be caring and have the money to and the wherewithal to who don't.
Well, maybe you have a point there, too. I'll agree with anything this morning. I don't care.
Everybody care about their kids.
Yeah, everybody should care about their kids. Let me tell you something. This is the toy. I don't care what you get your kid for Christmas. You're a schmuck. You're a schmuck if you don't get Video Smarts. I swear this is great. I'm not kidding. Now tell me if this doesn't appeal to you. Your kid, you put in one of the many videotapes that Video Smarts makes. You put it into the VCR. Out comes little puppets teaching Teddy and all these little schmendricks.
And there's a teacher as well.
And a teacher as well.
Yeah.
Teaching Teddy. That's who it is. That's the teacher.
No, the teacher is a teacher. Teaching Teddy is he sings the songs.
Oh, that's right.
Have you seen these?
Not in a while. My kid sits and watches them. I don't. Although I do.
This is why he loves the toy.
That's why I have trouble with my shapes and colors. So anyway, each cassette is packaged with a Video Smarts computer, right? One of the cassettes is packaged. You know what I'm talking about. You get a Video Smarts computer.
Each Video Smarts comes with a computer terminal.
Right. Oh, Jesus. What would I do without you, Robin? I'm not kidding.
Where's the Video Smarts on doing commercials?
Yeah, they never had one of those. You take colors and shapes, numbers 1 through 5, comparisons, all about me, letters A to Z, health and safety, letter sounds, all these different tapes, and your kid sits there and plays with these puppets. They don't even know they're learning anything. It's like learning without learning.
It's playing a game to them. They're having fun.
Exactly, Robin. Exactly. Robin, how do you think I learned about sports from my weekend at the stadiums? The Video Smart Sports Fan cassette.
Ah.
That's right. I'm on Chapter 2 now. I'm learning to smoke a cigar, curse at umpires, and urinate before I go to the game so I don't have to whip it out in public.
On the side of the road.
Boy, am I sorry I waited to get to the stadium to go to the bathroom. Boy, was that ever a mistake.
But why do men have to go to the bathroom everywhere?
What do you mean?
You know, I mean, you walk through the streets of New York, you smell urine all over the place.
Really?
Yes, you walk under those,
Well, it's not me. I'm too little to do that. I do it right in a stall.
Where was I the other day? And we actually saw a guy going, and somebody yelled at him to tuck it in. It was the madam who was yelling at the guy, and he yelled back at her.
Really?
Yeah, he was going right on the side of the road.
Should have knocked her down and wet her in the face.
On the sidewalk.
Really?
Disgusting.
He was going on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
He must have been big.
I don't know.
He had to be. Nobody with a small one would do that. I would be doing that.
Hysterical. Why can't you guys wait till you get to a facility?
Yeah, like me. I look like a girl standing there. Anyway, Giant Stadium, man, they're going to make those urinals bigger. My limo driver never urinates in the street. Urinates in a cup and then he pours it out into the street. He's a class guy.
Oh, boy.
Let me tell you something, Robin. Video Smarts, they should have one on bathroom habits for men.
That's right. Because obviously men have the worst toilet training.
They really do. They really do. They really do. Really, kids need this educational edge. It's a fun way for them to learn. The little computer tells them if they get the answers right. It's really, really kind of neat. And I'm very proud to be the person who is turning you people on to it. I promise you, you will not